Hey guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel Crackle on the Beat with myself, Vicky, where I'll be obsessing and addressing all things music. So if that's your kind of thing, then hit subscribe, like, share, all that jazz, and we'll get into it. So today I am going to be dissecting the part rapper, part singer-songwriter, part storyteller Ren, a Welsh artist that consciously raps, recites and sings about some of his own personal struggles, his identity and the harsh reality of the world and the struggles of others around him as well as himself. So the song I'm going to be talking about today is Money Ties, which came out on the 17th of October of this year. So still very, very new. My dad that fully introduced me to his music. And admittedly, I didn't know so much about Ren beforehand, but I had heard some of his tracks such as Violet and Hi Ren. Hi Ren was one that caused like a big conversation around his own struggles and illnesses more than ever before back in 2022. But after coming across Money Ties, it was something that resonated with me so much to the point where I had to dig deeper into the forest of his music. So to me, Ren couldn't be better described as a conscious and confessional storyteller. He has gained a vast amounts of popularity through just sheer honesty, realness, grit, vulnerability, and being able to reveal who he really is, what he's been through and understanding the world around him. Without feeling the need to sort of like dress it up and appeal to the audience and try and fit into some sort of category. I think what he does is very much straight pen to paper, really is like an outlet for him and his struggles and his art. Personally, I feel like this is something he does because he needed to do it, wanted to do it, not because he kind of just fell into it, I guess, and is trying to keep up appearances for clout. Yeah, really respect his sort of humility as an artist. So Ren has a really admirable way of creating his art by staying true and authentic to what he wants to say in exactly the way he wants to say it. He captivates his stories through an unapologetic confessions and his own flaws, whilst directly and intelligently outlining flaws of others and the world around him, which seems to be quite a common theme in some of his more heartfelt tracks. What I think is really special about Ren is how raw and open he is. You know, there's no rappers feud or fancy music videos with drip and cars and money. If anything, it's actually quite the opposite in addressing the problems of money in the world, especially with this track that I'm going to be talking about today. You know, this track really sort of hones in on like sort of greed, the addiction in greed, and everything sort of surrounding that sort of theme, which it really resonated with me. I mean, coming from a working class background myself, this is something that sort of sat really deeply with me upon stumbling across Money Ties. A very like he has a very good and humble way of sort of pointing out the damage that it causes without it sounding like a protest, you know? All of his music sounds very personal. It doesn't seem like he's trying to sort of force anybody to listen or force the world around him to sort of think the way he does. He's just saying it as he is, and naturally I think people follow suit because of how authentic and humble and real and honest his lyrics come across. So now I've sort of briefly outlined my honest opinions of Ren as an artist and his sort of initial sort of personality that reads to me when I watch his music videos and have looked at some of his stuff. But now I'm going to be talking about Money Ties. So yeah. Money Ties, yeah, so the lyrical organisation in Money Ties is really impressive, especially with the violin sort of carrying the melody, makes it very moving. This is a sort of semi-personal and semi-political track that knows no bounds in what should really and truly be admitted. To sum up Ren's attitude within Money Ties, outspoken yet unconfrontational is a really good way to describe how Money Ties resonated with me. So the track Money Ties talks to its listeners in such a way where we feel that Ren is our teacher, our friend, our family, maybe even our guardian angel. Real is such a prominent and accurate way of describing Ren's storytelling in Money Ties, and the rest of his music, actually, for that matter. Even in some more of the uplifting, upbeat tracks, there's still such a realistic and humorous point of view of himself and sort of the things around him that he's talking about. Songs like Money Ties make it evidently very clear that he's 100% writing and making music purely because that is what he is made to do, and because of the art of the truth behind it all. Never ever for the clout or for the approval of others. It doesn't seem like any of this is being made just so people can like it. Not that people won't, because people do. His talent is very clear, but I don't feel like that is not the driving purpose behind his music. His music is so unique and personal, and throughout this truthful display of his artistic nature, we begin to sort of trust and appreciate his words, style and intentions for more than, let's say, I don't know, the biggest, highest charting artist on the radio. I feel like I could trust what he's saying in an interview or his lyrics more than an artist who's doing really well in the charts and has got loads of awards and loads of airtime. So Money Ties, to me, also had another purpose aside from him just addressing the reality of greed, but it seemed as if it was his own confessional way of talking to his little sister to desperately try and protect her from the rest of the world. That I just found so moving and so brave to admit almost. There was one lyric, I off the top of my head I can't remember it word for word, but it was something along the lines of little sis, keep that kind heart kind, humankind is in need, never ever let this world make you bitter like me. That lyric, being quite an emotive person, that hit me. I think there was something about that. It just, it was very raw, very real, very moving, because not only is he admitting his flaws in how he feels bitter in what the world has done to him and his struggles and what he's been through, but he's sort of overtly saying it to his sister, but also to his audience and his listeners. And it's just it's a very admirable way of sharing your thoughts through your lyrics and your art. So this lyric alone is so personal, it's almost letter worthy, or like a diary entry or something like that. He's openly admitting his own flaws and the bitterness of trying to protect the ones he loves from being the same way, essentially. Not only for her to hear, but for everyone else to hear, like I previously mentioned, which is so incredibly vulnerable. It just evokes so much respect with me for him as an artist. Whilst many other artists sort of tend to prefer to create sort of metaphors, personas, costumes, big facades that we kind of have to end up reading between the lines with, Ren sort of takes a different approach by saying it really as it is, without all of the fluff, yet still displaying a fantastic ability to sort of create metaphors and characters as well throughout his music. It's very talented. Ren as an artist has such poetic prowess throughout his lyrics. Money Ties is the sort of song that kind of stops you in your tracks and makes you really think about life, what you have to be grateful for, through the pure, genuine nature of Ren sort of showing his bare skin for the world to see. So all in all, Money Ties is a very powerful kind of semi-political message with a very personal and emotive outcome. He manages to combine painting a picture of his own life struggles and concerns, as well as externalizing it to sort of a bigger picture amongst the world. Honest and admirable storyteller that isn't afraid to sort of call stuff out and say it how it is in a sensitive and humbling manner. So music, poetry and storytelling is clearly an effective and highly appreciated outlet for him to be the person that he feels he needs to be, and to express those emotions healthily and to put 100% and 100% of himself into it. Just a simple Welsh singer, songwriter, rapper, sort of folk storyteller that does exactly what he feels he needs to do and to say without the manipulation or the alteration of any other person, artist, manager, producer of any kind. And I think in this day and age it's so rare, and I really hope that he continues to stay sort of so honest and true, and he's got a really cool style as well. I mean, I had to I had to mention that as well. You know, I think Ren really puts the indie in independent, is all I can say really. So yeah, Money Ties. It has been nothing but emotive, sensitive, thought-provoking, and I really respect the way he carries his art, and I only hope to see him grow even more as an artist, as I think the world is very sort of short of artists like Ren. Without making this too heavily of like personal opinion about other avenues, I do think, you know, we are living in a day and age where music is becoming a little bit product focused, and I think Ren is not part of that, and yeah, I only wish the best for him in his career, and I absolutely love Money Ties. Check it out. I'll put a link in the description of where you can listen to Money Ties. So there we have it, Ren, Money Ties. That's a wrap. So how did you feel? Did you like the message he was putting out, or did you struggle to resonate with it? Let me know what you want me to review next in the comments. Always love the suggestions. It really helps to know sort of how you want this, what direction you want this channel to go in. But until next time, peace.